Will Elon Musk move Twitter to Texas? He's already moved some of his other companies, Tesla, to Austin. Joining us with more on this, News Nation's Marky Martin. So why not? Everything's bigger and better in Texas, as they say.
Hey, Marnie. Yeah, it is. By the way, I've seen you use the Boomerang app, so I think you're cool for what it's worth. But yeah, let's talk about, let's talk Twitter. The rumor mill, man, it is a buzz with will he or won't he bring Twitter from California all the way here? You know, it wouldn't be out of left field for him to do so. He did that with Tesla. He did it with his futuristic tunneling company, the Boring Company. SpaceX has a launch pad here. So a lot of people say this would be on par for the tech billionaire, just as Twitter's board was accepting that $44 billion bid to buy the company. Governor Greg Abbott of Texas took to Twitter and he said this: at Elon Musk, bring Twitter to Texas to join Tesla, SpaceX, and the Boring Company. No offense to the governor, but I don't think Elon Musk needs the pitch from Greg Abbott. He is sold on Texas here. In fact, here was Musk talking to folks about why the Gigafactory for Tesla made sense in Austin.
We need a place where we can be really big. And there's no place like Texas. So here we are. We're 10 minutes from the airport, 15 minutes from downtown. Great central logistics hub. We got access to awesome talent. Thank you, Austin. Thank you, Travis County.
And also talk about juicy tax breaks. You know, they were able to make that Gigafactory because they received $64 million in tax breaks, also guarantees from state, county, and local school districts, taxing authorities. So it would be very appealing, not only for Twitter, but for a lot of the companies that we have seen move here in recent years. Marnie.
You know, Marky, it's Leland. I knew I was going to do that.
Everybody does it,
Yeah,
Marky.
yeah, Marky. Okay, so Marky, it's Leland. Well, yeah. So anyway, here's the question. It seems as though Texas is almost becoming one of those places like what Groucho Marx used to say about a restaurant, that it got so popular nobody goes there anymore. All my friends who go to Austin say the traffic is horrific. Dallas and Fort Worth have experienced this resurgence, same as Houston. Is there a question about whether Texas can take all of this expansion, Elon Musk and Twitter notwithstanding?
Yeah, so that's a great question. I asked that today to a tech guy that we talked to, and he said, you know, I really don't think it's likely that we see this big influx of people, because remember, too, Twitter was born in the cloud. It's also a company that's given all of its employees the option to work remotely for the rest of time. So he said it's not likely we see the floodgates open and a lot of people come here. But Austin is getting quite popular. Now, we all know Silicon Valley. Austin's being called Silicon Hill. It's already being, calling home for Dell, Apple, Cisco. Meta even has some of its offices there as well. But as far as Twitter goes, Leland, I don't think we'll see a huge flood of people.
Yeah, no, I wasn't talking necessarily about Twitter, but just sort of in general that Texas has become sort of the growth explosion there is creating its own problems, if you will. Some of the things that were great about Texas aren't as great anymore or appealing.
Yeah, and it's certainly, we've gotten a whole lot of companies here within the last year or so that's brought new campuses, new employees, but yeah, the traffic is pretty terrible in our big cities here, but there's lots of other good stuff that's appealing for folks to come here and relocate as well.
Otherwise, I was going to say a great ambassador.
I lived in Texas. I think Texas is pretty great. Traffic in Chicago, not too swell.
Yeah, Marky, thank you. Marnie, Robert Sherman, our correspondent who just moved to Austin, the rents there have gone up by about 30% in a year. It's incredible sort of what's happened with the influx of people.
Yeah, no, people love it. I mean, there's so many great things about Austin as a city that people finally caught on to the secret, and they're showing up.